Hey there. So this segment today is on rolling your calves. So if you've ever gone running or you've gone hiking and you've noticed a calf tightness, or say you wake up in the middle of the night with some calf soreness, or you're a runner, a walker, a cyclist, and you're really feeling a lot of tension in those, this is the video definitely for you. So for this, I'm going to use a tennis ball because there's a little bit of softness for it, and my calves in particular tend to be really tight. And we're also using a blanket. Now before we get started, I want to show you some movements that we'll be doing with my arm. It might be hard to see on the floor. What we're doing first is pointing the toes away and then toward the face. So from the side, it's a moving away and here, and the ball is going to be under the calf, yeah? And the next one will be a rotation of the thigh all the way up from the hip joint, although I'm showing you my shoulder, but the ball's going to stay there. And then the last is moving the leg side to side. So we've got three motions. This one here, and this one here. And then we'll have a couple of stops along the calf itself. So you may be at the fleshy part, and from there you'd come a little bit further down, and then maybe above the Achilles. But you can do as many stops as you want, and as many repetitions as you want, depending on how it feels. You ready? Let's get started. So I'll take this and slide it to the meatiest part of my calf, and then start to move my foot away and toward the face. So remember we did this in the arm, that's that motion. And it's just the ankle that's moving, but you'll feel the muscles in your calf respond to that. So maybe it's about 5 to 10 breaths worth, a minute to 2 minutes, yeah? But you might get to a point where you're like, oh no, no, I'm not gonna do that. They might be really sore. So the next one is the thigh bone rotates out and in. So for my arm, it's a rotation from all the way up here. And then the third movement, remember, was out and in. You have to lift your heel a little off the floor for that one to glide the leg out and in. And let this one be as relaxed as it can possibly be because it's not doing the motion. We want to do that from deep in the hip and roll over the calf muscles. And then we come back, and then slide them all a little forward. So now I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this a little bit clearer. So the first stop was meatiest part of the calf. Second stop is about halfway down for me. Again, if you want to take more stops, if you like the road trip, you get to take as many as you want, right? So if you feel a lot of tension in your calves, you'll take many more stops in this. And just breathe. And notice how tight the calves are. Like, wow. Yeah. Really tight. So the more you breathe, the more you might feel. But the sensation should stay the same or should decrease, right? And then the second movement is my thigh rotates out and in. So you should see my knee coming toward the camera, my thigh, my foot coming toward the camera, and then coming away. Yeah? And then that third one is that the heel lifts, and the leg slides out and in. So now my toes and my knee aren't turning toward the camera, but the whole thigh is moving out toward it, as is my calf. And you'll feel it on your calf too. It might be pretty intense, yeah? And come back, and for me, that third stop is even further down. To the point where my heel now can't touch the floor really. I don't want to go all the way down because that's going to be tendony. It's not going to feel real good. I mean, it doesn't feel real good right now anyway. But further down it would probably feel worse. It's really shaky. there's my first move. The second move is the rotation, out and in. And remember that rotation actually is happening way up here. So you're working from your hip all the way down to your foot because they're connected, right? Your ankle bone's connected to your knee bone, and your knee bone's connected to your hip bone. And that's kind of how it goes. So those three things have to move together. And then the last movement is the thigh moves out to the in now. And none of these are big movements, but I guarantee you're going to feel something. And then when we're finished, we take a pause. We stand up. So we want to feel what's changed. So now this leg feels a lot looser, a lot longer, a lot taller. So I'd take a walk around the room, I'd head outside, take a quick little walk around the house or something, and then come back to roll the other side. So you can return to the beginning of the video and watch it again. Or you can just roll on your own, put on some nice music in the background. But the whole point is see what's changed, and notice when your calves start to get tight again, and what's going on in life that's perhaps making them really tight. But the whole point is just to feel it. So if you have any questions, let me know. If it doesn't feel quite right, then let's schedule a Skype, and I can watch what's happening, and we can chit-chat about that as well. Otherwise,